Hi there my magical loves, and welcome back to my channel. This is Jade's Magic. Today I want to discuss with you the new moon on the 24th of April 2020, the year ruled by Pluto. Pluto wants us to change our ways. The new moon is going to occur near a fixed star called Sheraton, and it's in the horn of the Aries or the Ram. The card that's symbolizes this place in the sky is number 1, the 5 of Pentacles. Now the 5 of Pentacles, if you look at it, is people who are left out in the cold. So it's about poverty, hardship, and being left out in the cold, and illness, anything that you can think of that makes people feel like they are not comfortable. They are not in their comfort zone. Right, the next card symbolizing this space in the sky is the 4 of Rods. And the 4 of Rods is all about the house and the home. But the 4 of Rods is also a card of effort, putting in a lot of effort into something, and it is also a card of the Lord of the Dance. Because this is a high energy placement, it is a good idea to put on music in your house and dance during this time, to get rid of all the extra energy and frustration and to release happy hormones. The next one is the 4 of Pentacles, which is a card of planning. This is a very good time to plan for the future. Right, now what does the ram or lamb symbolize? It symbolizes a lot of energy, but it also symbolizes blood. As in the Bible, when they had to draw the crosses on the doors with blood to symbolize that the angel of death must not come there. But it's suffice to either take oil, here I've got an anointing oil, or olive oil, or a red string, and make the sign of a cross in front of your door. During this time, we are going to see a lot of effort put into healthcare, a lot of communication about healthcare, more healthcare workers, and the efforts, they're going to be focused on the efforts that these people are putting in. There's also going to be a lot of armed forces going around in order to enforce the restrictions that are in place. Although people are fighting to have it lifted, it is written in the stars. Saturn is restricting us, it is freezing us in time and space, and we must make the best of it. There's a reason for this, for this time that you have to spend at home. Right, another thing is women and mother figures will come to the fore and might come up with creative solutions for this problem. Right, clean and beautify your home. That's another thing. That's another thing that the 4 of Rods is about. The home and cleaning and fixing your house up. Right, so the lucky colors for this time period is blue. I see a lot of people wearing blue gloves, blue masks. Blue is very lucky during this time. Then the numbers 5, 6, 9, 32 and 41 are lucky, right? And the song for this day is Pretty Woman, and by Roy Orbison, I think. And the lucky animal is a cat. Right, my cat is lying right over there. And spending time in nature if you can. Right. Feed the birds and feed the dreams. Say Psalm 23. Psalm 23 is to heal your finances and your health. So it's a very powerful psalm. Then to discuss the economy. I'm not an economist. I am not the brightest person when it comes to figures, to maths, to adding up and subtracting. All I know is that I need to survive because I'm living in a material world. But what I can tell you is that we have forgotten that we are living, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. That you must feed the spirit and not the body. That's why Ramadan Mubarak to all, starts the right time this year, because we need to know, we need to remember who we are, and we are spiritual beings. If you feed your body, you are not feeding your soul. So fast, stick to Ramadan, even if you think it's not for you. Fast, and you will see a change, a huge change coming. Fast and pray during this time. Right, so to get back to the economy, a lot of people are very, very greedy, and it's one of the 7 deadliest sins or something like that. But what I can tell you is that the Bible speaks of idols, and that you will not bow down to any idol except to God. Now, God is the higher power. An idol is not the Shiva or the Buddha or any spiritual item that we have in our homes. The idols, the main thing that people idolize is money. And they want to hoard the money and bury it in the ground, bury it under the bed, bury it everywhere, get as much as possible for themselves, not thinking of other people, not thinking of nature, not thinking how they're damaging nature in order to get to this money that they are idolizing. That is the true meaning of the idol, not this or the Buddha there in my corner, there, over there. Those are not the idols that the Bible is speaking of. This is the things that we idolize. Sometimes people idolize another person, as in love, like Shakespeare, whose birthday it is today, that said, "If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me, for such as I am, all true lovers are." That is how we should love one another. All people. You must not, when people become jealous and possessive of somebody, then that love is not the kind of love that, it's an idolizing kind of love. So you can't idolize someone, something, or money. Those are the big idols, not little statues. Those are not the idols. And people in the world today idolize money more than anything else. It's become, and that is why it's so appropriate that this new moon falls here in the ram, the golden calf that Moses was talking about, that the people were serving instead of their spirit and instead of God, and knowing that your supply comes from God. Your supply doesn't come from your job, whether you work for say one of these big industries or bureaucracies. That's not where your money comes from. Your money comes from God. That is what the people had to learn in the desert, when they were in the desert for 40 years. That manna comes from God, not from anywhere else. So people are sitting and saying, the economy is going down, this thing is going down, that one is saying, big economists in our country are saying, we're doomed, we're back at the depression of 1929. They're looking at it like that because They are used to idolizing money, and they have forgotten their true source of income, which is God. So I want to tell all you people that are feeling fearful because you don't have a job or because the markets are going down, look one way, look up. When Noah built the ark, he built it with windows looking up at the sky. And the reason for that was that they were not supposed to look around them and see the storm. They had to look up at God. And that is the main message for all of us right now. In my previous videos, last year, I think in September, I made a video about karma. And I was saying how to alleviate karma. And it was pay your servants. Pay people who give you a service. Even if it's someone who carries your parcels to the car, pay them. Have respect for older people. Now again, we see there's people who don't think like that. They still think that this disease is a myth, this virus, and they don't realize that they're young and strong and they could be carrying it to older people who could die from it. So other things that President Donald Trump mentioned the other day, I think it was on the 8th of April, Zincplex, take that if you can. Vitamin D, vitamin D3, and then I take Vital Choice as well. And lots of water. Charge your water with positive energy and drink lots and lots of water. Say Psalm 91 and Ayatul Kursi for protection. And with that, one last thing. Alchemists and knights have to work together to save a kingdom. So we need to remember that alchemists are the healers of the world, whether it be mind, body or soul, psychologists, psychics or nurses and doctors. And then the knights is our armed forces. They're risking their lives for us. But they're having a hard time at the moment. Then this is also, like I said in the beginning, this is a time ruled by Pluto. Pluto will make you transform, even if it has to pull the rug out from underneath you. You will change. It is not a maybe. This is a time of transformation, and many people will see job changes, but ultimately it will be for their better good. Economic powers will change. They will shift. The economic powers in the world will go down, and they will make way for other powers to come in. And countries will have to learn to be more self-sustainable. Then, this is a time of opportunity. So if we can see this as a time of opportunity, there are lots of new jobs opening up, lots of new things to be done, mostly health, to do with health. The earth can't breathe, and that's why we can't breathe. Well, most of us are born in polluted areas and have asthma problems and other chest problems. Now the people are just drowning in water in their lungs. So that is basically what's happening with the earth. So first of all, we have to heal the world, heal the earth, and make it a better place for all of us, like Michael Jackson said. Right, then this is also a time to work on relationships and connections, even though it is on the internet. We have to strengthen our connections with each other in the world. The world is very small at the moment and very interconnected. That's called globalization. That's what's happening here. And as we can see with this disease, it's affecting everybody. Right. With that, I will bid you adieu. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again.